Not my group partner thinking she could coast while I do all the work. The audacity. My junior year at State, I took marketing strategy, one of those required classes where the professor bases 60% of your grade on a single group presentation. We had to create a complete marketing campaign for a local business, a 20-minute slideshow presentation in front of the entire class, and our professor, who was notorious for failing students who came unprepared. I needed at least a B+ to keep my scholarship. What should have been a manageable project with 3 people quickly turned into an absolute nightmare. The professor randomly assigned us into groups of 3, and our group chat was buzzing with introductions and planning for exactly one day before one of my group members sent a message that made my stomach drop. Hey guys, so sorry, but I'm dropping this class. It's just too much with my other courses. Good luck. Just like that, we went from 3 people to 2. When I asked our professor if we could join another group or get an extension, he just shrugged and said, life happens. You 2 are on your own. Same deadline, same expectations. That's when my remaining partner, Jessica, sent me a text that should have been my first red flag. Hey, I'm super busy with my sorority stuff and my internship, so can you just tell me what needs to be done and I'll just do it. The casual way she said it, like she was doing me a favor by even acknowledging the project existed, made my eye twitch. But I agreed because what choice did I have? I spent the next day breaking down every single component of the project, color coding a shared Google Doc with deadlines, and splitting the workload evenly. I assigned myself the market research and competitor analysis while giving Jessica the budget calculations and social media strategy. Jessica's responses to my detailed breakdown were painful. Sounds good, okay, and my personal favorite, the X. No questions, no clarification, no acknowledgement that this project was worth 60% of our grade. Days passed with nothing from her, and I found myself staying up until 2 a.m. researching while constantly checking for any sign she was working. That's when the truly infuriating part happened. I checked our shared Google Doc and Jessica hadn't touched a single section assigned to her. Not one bullet point, not one citation, nothing. But here's what made my blood boil. While I was drowning in research at 2 a.m., Jessica was posting Instagram stories from some sorority mixer, captioned, work hard, party harder, and life's too short to stress about school. The project was due in 5 days. I was doing 100% of the work, and she was literally bragging on social media about not caring about academics, while I sacrificed my sleep and sanity to save both our grades. The audacity of someone who thinks their party schedule is more important than your education genuinely makes me want to throw my laptop through a window. Now, I'm normally the type of person who avoids confrontation and just puts her head down to get things done, but Jessica had pushed me past my breaking point. If I was going to do 100% of the work anyway, I figured I might as well have some fun with it. I stayed up all night creating 2 versions of our presentation, the real slides about coffee shop marketing and Jessica's note cards that contained a completely different marketing presentation, detailed talking points for funeral home services. Presentation day arrived, and Jessica waltzed into class 5 minutes before we were supposed to present, looking completely relaxed and confident. She smiled at me and said, "Thanks for making the note cards, girl. You're literally a lifesaver," in that fake sweet voice that made me want to throw my laptop at her face. I handed her the cards with my most innocent smile and said, "No problem, just follow along with the slides and you'll be fine." I started our presentation with complete confidence, walking through our market research and target demographic analysis for our assigned local business without once turning around to check if my slides matched what I was saying, because I knew they did. I'd rehearsed this presentation a dozen times, and I nailed every transition, every statistic, praying to impress our professor. Then it was Jessica's turn to take over, and I watched her face change from confident to confused to pure panic as she looked down at her note cards about funeral home marketing strategies. She opened her mouth and started reading directly from the cards. Our primary target demographic consists of grieving families aged 45 to 75, with marketing focus on pre-need burial services and memorial packages starting at $8,000. The entire class went dead silent. Our professor looked confused, and Jessica realized she was trying to sell funeral services while standing in front of slides about coffee loyalty programs and seasonal latte promotions. The aftermath was swift and brutal. The professor gave me an A, but Jessica failed spectacularly for what he called the most disconnected presentation I've seen in 20 years of teaching. She had to retake the class, pushing her graduation back 6 months. A week later, she found me at the campus coffee shop and quietly admitted, "I shouldn't have ghosted you and expected you to carry me. I get it.